Bueno, hola a todos. Hoy os traigo uno de mis clips favoritos de Elon Musk, donde habla de su método para mejorar el diseño de sus procesos y que me parece simplemente brillante. Lo he subtitulado y resumido al máximo posible para intentar recoger la idea de la forma más clara posible, así que os dejo con el vídeo. Espero que os guste.
What I'm trying to have us all just implement rigorously is the sort of 5-step process. First, make your requirements less dumb. Your requirements are definitely dumb. It does not matter who gave them to you. It's particularly dangerous if a smart person gave you the requirements, because you might not question them enough.
Yeah, you might take it as like gospel, like yes. I have to do this thing.
Everyone's wrong, no matter who you are, everyone's wrong some of the time. So make your requirements less dumb. Then try very hard to delete the part or process. This is actually very important. If you're not occasionally adding things back in, you are not deleting enough.
Right.
The bias tends to be very strongly towards let's add this part or process step in case we need it. But you can basically make in case arguments for so many things. Anyway, so step 1, make your requirements less dumb. Step 2, delete the part or process step. If you're not deleting a part or process step at least 10% of the time, basically if you're not adding things back in 10% of the time, you're clearly not deleting enough.
Right.
And then only the third step is simplify or optimize. The third step, not the first step. The reason it's the third step is because it's very common. It's possibly the most common error of a smart engineer is to optimize a thing that should not exist.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And you say, well, why would people do that? Well, everyone's been trained in high school and college that you got to answer the question, convergent logic.
Yep.
So you can't tell a professor your question is dumb, that you'll get a bad grade. You have to answer the question.
Yep.
So everyone's basically, without knowing it, they got like mental straitjacket on. That is, they'll work on optimizing the thing that should simply not exist. And then finally, you get to step 4, which is accelerate cycle time. You're moving too slowly, go faster. But don't go faster until you have worked on the other 3 things first.
Gotcha.
Like if you're digging, your grave, don't dig it faster. Stop digging your grave.
Right.
But you can always make things go faster. And then the final step is automate. Now I have personally made the mistake of going backwards on all 5 steps, multiple times. So I have to repeat this, yes, multiple times on Model 3, where literally I automated, accelerated, simplified, and then deleted. Like one example I've talked about before is like there were these like fiberglass mats on top of the Model 3 battery pack that were in between the floor pan and the battery. And it was at one point choking the battery pack production line, and I was like basically living on the battery pack production line, like trying to fix the line, because it was like choking the entire Model 3 production program. So the first mistake was we should not have. I like try to fix the automation, like make the robot better, make it like the robot move faster, a shorter path. Increase the torque, delete the reverse 720 degrees on the bolt, because that's unnecessary. Just go forward fast, not at 20% rate, at 100% rate. And instead of spackling glue on the entire battery pack, just put little dabs of glue, because the fiberglass mats are sandwiched between the battery pack and the floor pan anyway, so all you need is like something to hold it in place until you bolt the battery pack into the car.
Gotcha.
So automating was a mistake. Then accelerating was a mistake. Then optimizing was a mistake. And finally I said, what the hell are these mats for? And I asked the battery safety team, because are these mats for, what are these mats for? They said, oh, these mats, I said, oh, they're for fire protection or something? They said, no, they're for noise and vibration. So you don't get that. And I said, but you're the battery department. Then I asked an NBA noise vibration harshness team, what's it for? They said fire safety. So literally, it was like being in a Dilbert cartoon, okay? It was like, actually, I feel like I'm in a Dilbert cartoon quite frequently. So I'm like, are we in some simulation where I'm trapped in some like Kafkaesque / Dilbert cartoon situation, but that's what it feels like a lot. So then finally, okay, great. Let's try a car with the fiberglass mats and without, and put a microphone in both, and see if you can tell the difference. You cannot. You cannot tell. In fact, I was like, which one is which? So we just deleted them. And it just bypassed this $2 million robot cell. It was just a complete pile of nonsense.